Hey everyone, this is Gary Kay, and welcome today for another day of Launch and Learn. I'm very excited to have you here today. I love Launch and Learns because we get to learn about new products and new technology, and today's going to be a special one because you're going to learn about not just a new product, not just a new technology, but a new company. And that's what we do here at Launch, as we help companies launch themselves into the industry. As you know, Launch is a service of the rAVe agency. You can check us out at rAVEagency.com. We are coming to you live in a number of different ways today. First off, if you're in the Launch platform, you registered for today's Launch and Learn, you get the extras, right? You not only get to see us live, you get the Q&A to the right of the video window, which I'll talk about in just a second. You get the polls, and you get the networking feature, but you also get a copy of the presentation, and you get all sorts of follow-up and that kind of stuff. But if you aren't in the Launch platform, you are and can watch us live on LinkedIn, for example, and on Twitter, for example. So you're actually seeing us live on LinkedIn. You can actually put a comment in the comment section on LinkedIn, and we will see that as the day goes on today. It's going to be about a 1-hour presentation, a little less than that, but you're going to see a brand new company. Now, this company is a company that everyone in the AV industry should be selling. So most of you, I think none of you are signed up to sell this product yet because it's brand new company to the industry. We'll talk about that in just a second. But you're going to want to watch this because you're going to want to become a dealer of this product. What's awesome about it is a software and hardware product. So you get both sides of that segment of the market. And if you're an end user and you do any kind of in-person or distance collaboration, you're going to want to see this. Or if you're an end user or a dealer and has customers who've been saying, you know, it'd be nice if I could make my NEC collaboration board and my Sharp collaboration board and my Avocor collaboration board and my whatever brand collaboration board all look the same, so that whenever I walk into one meeting room, I get the same interface. You can. You've probably also wondered if I could make my touchscreen controller in every single meeting room, regardless of the brand, that's collaboration, look the same. You can. This company does that. You're also probably wondering, wow, it sure be nice to be able to collaborate the same on every single device, no matter how I'm connected, Windows, Mac, whatever individual device I have, you can. And that's what this company does. First, let me talk to you about, those of you who are watching this on LinkedIn, we want you to participate today. This is a Launch and Learn, brand new company, brand new product, brand new technology. We want to teach you about it. So we want you to watch this, and we want you to comment and ask questions. In fact, go ahead and practice now. I am in North Carolina. We have no gas. There is no way to get anywhere. All the gas stations are out of gas. So we are all kind of just hanging out here in North Carolina with nothing else to do. Where are you? And do you have gas that you could send us? Because all of us need a little bit of gas. I am not kidding. The gas stations are out of gas. That's where we are. We're in North Carolina. But this presentation is going to be coming from all around the world. If you are watching us in the Launch platform, to the right of the video window right there, there is a Q&A. You can actually ask questions of the presenter. You're about to see a presentation that explains this product and this new technology and the company. You can ask questions there. If you see a question that you were going to ask pop up, or you want to make sure that we ask that person, our presenter, that question, then upvote it. Click on the little thumbs up. Below that, you're going to see polling. We want you to take the polls, want to hear what your opinion is. And then below that is networking. Now, if you're watching this recorded or you're watching this on LinkedIn, we still want to hear from you. This could be a wrapped up recording you're watching later. We still want to hear from you. We want to know what you think about this product and this technology. I love this. I love this. When I first saw this product and this technology, I was surprised because I didn't think that it was ready for prime time. I didn't think that this could be done yet. Now, parts of what you're about to see have been done in the past with different kinds of software options out there, but none of them have had all the options that you're about to see. So let me tell you about this company. So this company and product is known as Valarea, okay? V-A-L-A-R-E-A, all right? Valarea.com. In fact, you can go there and see them. And it is for collaboration boards, but it's also for BYOD collaboration, but it also for the touch controllers inside of collaboration spaces, and it's also for collaboration in any space, not just inside of a meeting room. So I want to introduce Steve Pimentel, who's from Valarea. And first off, Steve, welcome to today's Launch and Learn.
Thanks, Gary. It's nice to talk with you today, and really excited to tell everyone about the Valarea solution.
Well, look, first off, do you have any gas? Where you are, do you have gas? Do you know about the gas crisis here in North Carolina?
Yeah, you know what? I'm in California, so I can send you some gas if you can send me some water, because we're going to have a drought, I think, this year. So maybe we can do an even trade.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. I'm going to ask you to do me one favor, Steve. I'm going to ask you to scoot over a little bit and get in the middle of your screen a little bit because we're cropping you out just slightly, and I want to make sure. Oh, no, there you go. Perfect. There you go. Oh, yeah, there you go. That's good. That helps us out a little bit because of the way we crop this broadcast. Like, this is live. This, no kidding. This is actually live. It is 2:07 on the East Coast. Means it's 11:07 in California. My daughter's in California. I love California, but we're here in North Carolina. But I am excited to talk about Valarea. I want you to go through and explain to the industry. We have integrators on here. We have end users on here. We have manufacturers that you should be partnering with. And in fact, you've already partnered with a few of them secretly behind the scenes to add your product to their product. So talk about Valarea and what you're doing, which is part of romago. So you might want to get into that a little bit. So I'm going to turn it over to you, Steve, and then I'm going to come back on and ask questions.
Yeah, thanks, Gary. So we're definitely going to explain a little bit about romago and how Valarea fits into the romago umbrella. But first, before we get in there, and we're going to do a demo of the solution, so you're going to get a really good overview of how it works. We want to talk a little bit about the key factors that we explored in order to make a better meeting, because that was our ultimate goal when we set out to create Valarea. We wanted to really make a better meeting that could be anywhere, any space that you were utilizing. And we think we're really successful at it, and we're excited to show you. So there's three factors that we looked at. The first one was a seamless connection. And so that's the whole idea of wanting to be able to connect in the room, have an easy time to do that, instant joining, and things along that point. The second piece is what we call from the participants engagement and control. And so that's when you're in the actual meeting, how do you engage those participants? How do you give them more controls when they're in that room in order to drive? So it's not just one person who's running that meeting. That creates kind of a boring meeting. So that was one of the factors we wanted to look at. And then the last piece is an important one. It's overlooked a lot of times, is the IT support, because in our outreach to customers, we really found that a lot of the issues were IT being able to support the room and knowing if a room was down, having the ability to push out updates, having analytics and understanding things about the usage so that they can make better decisions of what type of equipment belongs in rooms. So that's, again, a really key point, and we wanted to make sure that that was a focal point of the Valarea solution. So we're going to do a little deeper dive into the seamless connection. And so the first part of it is that romago is going to work on any type of display. So most people think of interactive displays, but we got you covered if you've got a passive display, if you've got a dual monitor or dual projector setup, if you've got an info wall configuration where you've got a large set of monitors, we've got you covered. And we also cover portrait design. So most of the displays are landscaping. So we've got you in that portrait designation as well. So pretty key part. The next part is the calendar. In the room calendar, we wanted to create something that, of course, supported Google Workspace and Office 365. But we also wanted to make sure you could choose any provider. So we have 30 AV providers that allow you instant meeting access and one tap to join. And so that's really great, because a lot of times people are using multiple solutions. It's not just you're using one type of AV solution. And so this gives you tremendous flexibility, which is a key point of the Valarea solution. The other piece is being able to use it on any device. And so we all know with the hybrid workplace, people are using more of their own personal devices, both for protection in terms of not sharing common hardware in a room where you're touching it, as well as giving you the flexibility to run and drive through your own device. Again, it's a key part of our solution to really be able to give you tools where you've got your own companion apps that will allow you to drive the meeting, as well as share a lot of your file content and your user profile to even access your personal calendar. The other part of the any location. And when you use rAVe, we had a lot of our customers, especially during this time, that were working everywhere from boats to beach houses to their own home. And so you want something that's going to give you a really solid experience and good connection no matter where you are. And that's what we believe with the Valarea solution, is that you're not confined to a particular space. We want you to be able to have a great meeting, a better meeting, no matter where you are. So you might be wondering why a better meeting relates to some of the things that we just talked about. The average meeting to start, it takes about 12 minutes. And when we're looking at being productive and we've got meeting after meeting, you want to make sure meeting starts on time, ends on time, so you can move to your next one. So that average time is cut almost instantly when you use the Valarea solution. The second piece we're going to look at is engagement and control. So for engagement and control, one of the key things we're really excited about is the wireless presentation. The wireless presentation, the great thing about it, there's no additional app that's needed, no additional hardware. We give you up to 8 devices that you can share, up to 60 frames per second. We support AirPlay, Chromecast, and Google Cast, and Miracast. So we will support any device that you're using, any of your mobile devices, personal devices, will all be covered with our solution. The next piece on the engagement is our room workspace. And the workspace, for most people, you're using PowerPoint, PDFs. It's really great. But we also brought in a lot of capabilities to actually be able to support 2D and 3D objects, DICOM, and augmented reality. As we see a lot of our customers, we're starting to want the capabilities to import CAD type drivings, to be able to drive X-ray scans for medical customers. So it really gives you a lot of more flexibility than that just traditional static piece. And everything is included in that same workspace. So browsers, files, we wanted to make sure you're not having to jump between one application to the other application. Anytime you have to do that, it really kind of detracts from the meeting. So we want to make sure everything's all in one spot. And we talk about the meeting. So the time is a key part. The second piece is really being efficient and being productive. And when you've got uninterested participants, the remote ones aren't really engaged, you're not getting a meeting recap, it's not a really good experience. And so we wanted to make something really productive. And so we feel that you're really engaged with our solution. Your remote participants are going to feel connected. And one of the key parts is we've got a meeting recap. And that's really great. I like it because a lot of times I'm running from meetings, and especially the late meetings in the 3, 4 o'clock in the afternoon. It can be kind of taxing if you know you've got to send out a recap and send out documents to the people in the meeting. We've automated that process. So you just press one button, you've got your recap, you've got any attachments, all sent out. So it really automates that process. And the final piece is the management and monitoring. And this is something we're really excited about because you're hearing this for the first time. We haven't announced it. We're announcing it today on the Launch and Learn. And that is our management and monitoring council. And it's going to be available come June 2021. And that's going to give you the analytics. It's going to allow you to do the configuration, support your health checks for your systems, really allow that IT support to really be able to monitor what's going on in that room. Again, better meetings means that you've got to have rooms that are functioning. No one wants to go in and find out a room is down. And so this really helps to make sure that that experience is extended and it's a good practice for your meeting participants.
Steve, I have a question for you. Sure. Before we get into the demo, how is your dealer network going to work? And if integrators are interested in becoming dealers for the product, how would they go about doing that?
Yeah, so that is a really great question. I'm glad you asked that. So we have distributors throughout the world, but we just signed up with Synex, who's our exclusive distributor for the Americas. So anybody in US, Canada, Mexico, South America, Synex is going to be our representative. And so if you're signed up with them, great, they're aware of the product. If you're not, reach out to Synex or to Romago, and we'll go ahead and we'll get you in touch so we can get you set up.
And to see the details on this, and of course you have a demo online as well. This was all in preparation of today's launch. This is the official debut of the company and the product. And to see everything, you just got to go to VALAREA. Is that right? VALAREA.com. Did I spell that right?
Yes. So VALAREA.com. So make sure you have the distinction. Romago is actually the company that produces it, but we have our own website for the Valarea product. A lot of great tutorial videos. We've got videos that show you the product in action and a lot of explanation for our different verticals. We have enterprise and we have education. Coming soon, we have a medical vertical that also is going to be offered.
Yeah, and what's interesting about that is that you are targeting verticals in a very unique way. So
Gary, one thing I wanted to mention is to talk a little bit about our wireless companion app. And the neat thing about this is the software will work on your own iPad or your own Android device to drive, similar to an MTR solution.
Yeah.
But we also support MTR solutions. So you can actually run our software on any type of MTR system, and it will give you expanded functionality in terms of managing the route calendar, giving you some interactive capabilities if you've got a passive display that is connected to the MTR system, and gives you a tremendous amount of flexibility because it works with virtually any MTR system, so you're not locked into a particular one.
Okay, and as far as when the product is going to be available, is it available now?
Yeah, the product is available now. The only piece is the console management feature, which is going to be pushed out in the June timeframe. The nice thing about it is it's part of the application, so it's not like it's a separate. One of the things you'll see with the Valarea solution is it's not that you've got 3 or 4 different applications that you have to install. It's one comprehensive application. So that really makes it easy, and it makes it a good value because in addition to your room calendar, your calendar management, wireless display, wireless companion capabilities, all of that is comprehensive and included in a single price, which we'll talk about in a little bit. But it's a lot of value for your bang for your buck.
I did a lot of research on this a couple of weeks ago when I heard that you were going to use Launch and Learn to launch your platform. And I was really impressed at how you rolled it all into one. And a lot of the companies out there are doing a SaaS model where you have to pay monthly for usage or you have to pay licenses for each seat. And you didn't do that. You did a bundled price, which you're going to talk about a little bit later, which is quite unique. It makes it easier to sell. But also there's still a recurring revenue opportunity with that because to get updates, there's a separate fee. So you get to use it the way the way you originally bought it. But if you want to add the new features, as new features come out, you can pay a fee for an annual sort of upgrade price. The integrator community out there, they're gonna need to go through a distributor to buy this. Is that what you said? Synex, I think you said, is going to be the distributor.
Yeah, that's correct. We're 100% reseller and sales consultant channel, and we work with distributors again around the globe. For the Americas and here in the U.S., Synex is our exclusive distributor. So we're really excited about that. They're the largest IT distributor now with their recent merger with Tech Data. So it definitely gives us a lot of reach and a lot of opportunity with various dealers. And the nice thing about this solution is because it is software driven and works with any type of hardware, it gives you that opportunity to be able to have additional hardware that goes along with your software sale.
People are excited about the platform and they want to see it. They want to see it demoed. They want to see what it looks like. They want to understand how it works. So I believe, correct me if I'm wrong here, that's what we're going to do next, right?
Yeah, actually, we have a demo, and we're not going to joke you this time. This is a normal speed demo, so you're going to be able to really comprehend it well, and it's going to tie into a lot of the things we talked about earlier, and actually show you how that application works. So
right, make sure you stay in the middle of the screen, Steve. Stay in the middle over there, and then go ahead. I'll let you introduce Cristiano.
Yeah, so I'd like to introduce Cristiano Fumagalli. He is from our CTO out at our development offices in Italy. And so he's about 9,800 miles away. And
a lot of gas.
He's going to be driving the demo and show you in action.
Okay, perfect. So let me show immediately what is Valarea, and especially Valarea Pod that is behind me. It's very easy and intuitive home screen for any kind of display. And first of all, now we see just one button, but a lot of appointment on my room calendar. So Valarea Pod is configurable with Google Calendar, Microsoft Exchange on-prem, and Office 365, supporting the modern authentication. And just pressing the join button, I'm able to enter in my session, and immediately the system is ready for wireless presentation and for many other features. So just showing you how it's easy to screen share. We have built in all the wireless protocol available on the market, so it's hassle-free for IT and also for end users. Just pressing a button on my I can immediately start screen sharing on the big screen. And we support also the touchback capability on any device supporting Miracast touchback. And now my colleague is projecting is in Windows 10, so the side-by-side is automatically managed by our UI, and immediately I can interact even with Windows 10. So my colleague not okay, show me the input mode. Okay. And at the same time, I can connect iPad and macOS. Now I'm closing Windows 10 and coming back to the UI. A second way to manage the interface without adding any license is to use the legacy MTR system that, as anybody knows, are very locked just to one only conferencing solution. Now I'm using the PolyGC8, but we support many other devices available on the market, and without hacking, because we just integrate all the API available on any audio-video provider. So with a small touchscreen display, we create a new UI, and we offer a very, very rich experience for starting a meeting from the device, exactly like I made on the touch display. And we support also multiple display, and the small device act as controller, and the two displays are automatically organized for supporting audio-video conference on one of the two sides, and application available and published by the organization on the other side, including our room workspace or other whiteboard available for Windows 10. Another option for the customers that not love a lot of cable for MTR, we have created a companion app that is available for Android OS and iPad, and just scanning QR code, the association is made with the display of the room. And let me to show you this. Sorry, it's not in Wi-Fi. This device. One second, I'm connecting to wireless network. Okay, scan. And now my device is connected and acted as a room controller. So I have now Zoom meeting, Google Meet, Teams, BlueJeans, and it's possible also to install this app on a personal device. So starting from my Android tablet, now I have a controller that supports multi-touch, and I can open any application available on the display and control with the gesture of touch. So now I'm accepting, and then I can continue to use my touch screen for closing application. On top of the controller, I have the application published on the system, on the Valarea pod, so I can easily access with this shortcut to my application pre-authenticated to the screen, and then I can continue to use on the touch screen. So it's very, very easy. Just a quick introduction. So the customers that receive the touch controller, they obtain 1 year of connected whiteboard experience. So pressing the whiteboard icon on my touch controller, I'm opening a whiteboard on the big display. So now I close the session and I wipe everything. Okay, share again. So now I can interact with the whiteboard in real time or continue using the touch display. So you can consider that this solution unlocks the powerful whiteboard even if you have passive display or projector, using just a tablet or your mobile app. Now I close the session and come back to the home screen. I don't want to create a recap, so it's an option. Automatically, when you create some room workspace and you open application, you can obtain automatically recap to your email. Yeah, closing the session, I'm closing all the application running on the display and wiping cookies. That's why my colleague is opening a cast application, because we are casting live. Okay, share out again. Share. So now I disconnect the wireless touch controller and I show you my companion app that is exactly the same. So just installing the app on my mobile phone, I scan and connect to pod. And the difference respect the wireless touch controller is that inside of this mobile app, I have also my personal calendar. Sometimes when you receive email of the meeting from external customers and partners, it's not possible to forward to the meeting room system. In this way, we send authentication token, and then I have not only my calendar shown here with my meeting of today calendar, I can switch on room calendar back again. Okay, and also I have sent my profile, including OneDrive, Google Drive, Dropbox, and then I can add more other applications that are under certification. Tapping on OneDrive, an example, immediately here I have my files, and I can open my files, just tapping, and now the system is opening PowerPoint, and I can immediately annotate inside. So it's a full application installed on the machine, but when I close, the system saves automatically to my OneDrive. At the same time, to my Google Drive or Dropbox. So tapping Google Drive, I'm entering on my personal folder. Since we have also the wireless touch controller, I have a possibility to open the same file and navigate the folder directly from the touch controller. Okay. The security. Behind the Valarea pod, we have an agent that is controlling that everything is working before every meeting. And if something happens, so the camera is not connected, the microphone is too low, internet connection is broken, we can forward by SMTP a message to the IT support, or with the new announcement that it's almost ready and available to everyone, we are releasing the web console that collect all the information, not only the alert and the alarm, but it's possible also to configure in a central way all the pods deployed across the organization. In this way, we can create a policy and offer a very, very easy, intuitive interface to IT to control the system. And we collect anonymous data in order to understand the trend, the number of the meetings, the most used application inside the meeting room, how many wireless projections are made by devices. And we create analytics, and we offer to the end users a very, very powerful report to showcase how is performing the growing of the meeting room environment on the organization. So we think that the health check, the wireless protocol, the one tap to join, and also the cloud drive and application proximity is something that today must come together, because customers are not happy to obtain just only hardware solution to fix a specific problem or issue. So we need to offer a universal solution that is the same on every kind of setup.
Thank you. Johnny, that was awesome. I do have some questions that have come in, and some of the people are asking the same question. So the remote question is next over the remote administration and assistance options and controls. And basically remote administration is the question there, is like, do you know, how can you just update rooms? Can you control the rooms? Can you manage the rooms? Can you actually monitor the rooms as well?
Yeah, so that's a great question. So we have a couple different ways you can do that. So the new console management solution that we're going to be introducing in June is going to allow you all that. So that's going to give you that capability within the console.
Will they automatically get that if they order the product? Like, is it included as an upgrade? Is that the kind of thing that you're going to include as an upgrade?
Exactly. It's included as an upgrade. So it's the same as the wireless piece. It's just going to be part of the application that we're going to roll in. So anybody who has it now, once June comes in, would get that as part of the upgrade. So it's just a standard feature that we're adding, again, because it's very important. For those that if they're not actively using that, if it's a smaller amount of rooms that they're managing, we do have configuration files that we keep up in the setup. So when you set up, you can go ahead, take a configuration file, and you can copy that over to any of the other computers that you're installing remotely. We do support any type of silent command, so silent, very silent commands in order to do those installations. But we're really excited about the console management solution, because that gives you a lot more control, allows you to maintain the health system checks, and again, gives you those analytics, which are important when you're kind of looking to see, again, usage and making decisions in terms of what type of hardware and equipment that you're putting in rooms to make sure that those heavily used rooms are getting the most attention.
All right, so the next question is how extensive is the security and user admin suite? Is it just I know the answer to this. The question came, is it just a per user, per license system, or is it enterprise, campus, or integrated domain level? And does it work with things like LDAP, wireless LDAP? So I know that first I'd explain the packaging of it, because I think it's a good time to bring in the pricing so they understand how it works, because what you're doing is quite unique and really simple.
Right. So again, with the packaging, we have one price for all that. It's a perpetual license. And then you have a maintenance option where you can go ahead, and that entitles you to any type of upgrades that we introduce. With Valarea, we're constantly adding new features, so it's something that your users are going to want to take advantage of. But at the same time, we want to make sure that nobody who invests in the software solution ends up where it's a situation where they're falling off a cliff, because if they don't end up renewing to that maintenance package, they're not at a loss. So for us, it's a good ROI, return on investment.
Are you willing to say what that price is, like what the package price is? Yeah.
Sure. So in the US, the MSRP is $800 for the perpetual license.
Okay.
We do have the wireless companion app, which again is free, but we do have premium features, and that is $200 annually
right.
for that. And that allows you the capability to go ahead and actually host meetings remotely, chat features. So it gives you a little bit more expanded usage. But the free is going to give you a lot of the things that you need in order to engage and join meetings and be able to share your user profile and connect into the meetings using the proximity ultrasonic or the QR.
Right. And then the security and user admin side, can you describe that a little bit? I know that you can't, I don't know if you can show it yet, but if you could describe sort of what the options are there, how powerful it is.
Right. So the security is very robust. It is a Windows 10 application that we use, and primarily the reason we use Windows 10 is because it's got a lot of built-in security features that we're able to leverage and take advantage of. One of the key things is what we call the least user privilege, and that's important for the meeting room, because a lot of times you want to go ahead and kind of create a lockdown environment, so you have a nice easy kiosk. Anybody come in can just go ahead and tap on a button and they can get the application that they need, or easily join into the meeting. But you don't want them to have to go through and log in and have situations where they need administrative privileges in order to access the computer. So we allow you to have that open access to all your meeting room participants, but at the same time, be able to control that and lock down that experience. So you don't have people that are changing settings that can potentially cause problems for somebody else who subsequently uses the room.
Yeah, and all this, by the way, this is a brand new company, brand new product, just launching here on rAVe's Launch and Learn today on Thursday. I want to tell you a couple things. First off, all of this information is now available to the public at valarea.com, VALAREA.com. If you're watching on LinkedIn, you can just post a question in the chat, in the comments area, I should say, and we will pose the question to Steve. Actually, if you go to valarea.com, what I'd recommend you do is do a demo. If you click a link there, they'll do a live demo with you. They'll schedule it. They'll schedule a demo. Almost dropped my iPad. They'll schedule a demo, and they will give you a chance to play around with the product too. And you get a short-term free user's license as well. One of the next question that came is, can we launch a session for a user or device and bring them directly into the session, even if the session isn't local to them? I know the answer to that, but go ahead, Steve.
Yeah, so depending on how you have it set up, so the goal of this is really kind of that meeting room experience and connecting in. Your remote participants do have that capability, and that's where the wireless companion app comes in. So if you have those premium features, that's going to allow you to be able to actually drive and run meetings remotely, and so that's why there's the extra cost for that particular application.
Okay, yeah, okay, good. So I know that you have a few more slides you want to share. Let's go ahead and share those slides and let you finish up the presentation. I have a few more questions, and then after you finish the presentation, if both of y'all will stay on so I can answer, so that you have a chance to ask you both the questions, that'd be great. So Madeline, go ahead and share his slides if you can.
Yeah, so Gary wanted to kind of wrap up with a couple things. So we wanted to talk a little bit about the romago. So romago itself has we've had 8 years experience in the meeting software, business software applications, 6 years working directly with display and interactive manufacturers. So we're not just, even though it's a new name, we've actually been doing a lot of behind the scenes involvement working with several partners, some of the top display manufacturers. So you can see on this slide several of the key ones that we've worked on to really kind of build that sound foundation. That's what's really helped us kind of create this solution based on our interaction with partners and, again, with our customers in deploying this. So we have a global partner network, as I mentioned before, SYNNEX handling the Americas, and we have several others throughout the world. And then again, it's 100% reseller. So we don't do any direct type sales. Everything is through the channel. And Gary, so that's all that we have for kind of the slide portion. So if there's any questions that you have or anybody out in the audience has,
I have a couple more questions. Is there a way within, by the way, AVI Trainer, thank you very much for posing these questions. These are great questions. I think everyone's intimidated by AVI Trainer asking all the questions they want to ask. So thanks. Is there a way that within Valarea to show that full interface page in a session as point-to-point demo or assistance? Can it be, I just cut myself off. Can it be used as a remote desktop session for direct remote control on its own?
So we do have an application that it's our own proprietary called MagoCast that does allow for that capability. And so there's certain parameters that you do need to have for that. So that's something that's definitely capable. It's not something that's on the standard pricing or model that we have there. So that would require some type of server capability to do that. But a great question.
And one thing to keep in mind is that you already have relationships with a number of manufacturers that you're OEMing and you're building custom versions. So that's an option too. So if you're big enough and you have an application that's large enough, I'm sure that's an option as well. Is there an easy way to push a Valarea session directly onto another online meeting collaboration platform as a remote presenter to assist the presenter? That's another way of asking a question that was asked earlier. But go ahead and answer that, Steve.
Yeah. So with the Valarea application, you can go ahead and it does allow you, if you're running a meeting on one particular device, and you want to go ahead and push it up to a meeting room, you can go ahead and you have that capability to do that. So that's all part of the software offering.
Perfect. And you said it's available now. Big update coming in June. The update is automatically free, but the product's available now. Is the only option through SYNNEX? One of the questions came in, is the only option through SYNNEX, or are there other distributors as well?
There's other distributors, in other international locations. For the Americas, as I mentioned, we have an exclusive relationship with SYNNEX. So if you're in any of the Americas, the option is to go through SYNNEX on that.
Well, this person specifically is from the UK. Do you know how that's being distributed in the UK?
Yeah. So for the UK, it is.
Who is it?
Is Ashentai.
Okay, Ashentai. Okay, all right, good. Christian, I think y'all answered all my questions. We definitely answered all the questions that were coming in that, and filtering out the duplicates. The cool thing about this software and this platform is that it's going to simplify collaboration. And you have a great opportunity here. This summer is going to be spent upgrading all these rooms and bringing collaboration outside of the four walls. And that's the key with this. This is the differentiator of Valarea, is they're bringing collaboration outside the four walls. So what is going on in the room is duplicated outside the room seamlessly with any platform, any compatibility, and all the same access. And so as we go back and upgrade, I just saw an article right before we went live today, Steve, the CDC is relaxing their mask mandate. So if you've been vaccinated, it's expected within 2 weeks in the United States. It's expected within 2 weeks you'll be able to not have to wear a mask indoors in the U.S. for most places, still public transportation. That means a lot of people are going to be spending a lot of time this summer upgrading these facilities. Perfect timing to become a dealer of this product. Perfect timing to check this out and add this to your collaboration solutions. Steve, I want to thank you for joining us today. Again, Valarea.com, Valarea.com. Steve, why don't you give me your email address as well?
Sure. My email address is steve.pimentel, Pimentel, @romago.com.
Excellent. And of course, Romago is the parent company for Valarea. Romago's got a really neat site too, if you want to go check it out, because they do basically, I don't know, holographic style. I don't even know how to bring it into one describe. It's sort of like AR and VR based meeting solutions, I guess is probably the best way to describe it. So you could go check them out at romago.com. This is specifically for the collaboration space. Steve, if you could in 2 sentences wrap up what Romago does what you've done with Romago with your custom software there, if you could kind of explain that, because if you go to romago.com, it's really cool. You have a great site.
Yeah, definitely. So Romago is really interested in the latest technology applications, but they really like to take and spin it to something that can be useful in the business sector. For them, that's what's really important. And so creating these technologies that have good applications that make your life easier, more productive in a business room setting, because ultimately we all want to save time and be more productive in our daily undertakings.
Well, in one example of that's Valarea. If you go to romago.com, you'll see like this virtual assistant thing that they have going that's in VR. That's really neat. You can check that out at romago.com. Steve, thank you for your time today. I really appreciate it. I want to thank the team at Valarea for trudging through this. Everything wasn't perfect, but it's good enough because we're getting the word out there about this new product, new software, new technology, and new company in the AV industry. I want to thank everyone for joining us for today's Launch and Learn. If you're inside or a member of Launch, you can go back and watch this at launch.com, get a copy of the presentation. You can see all the assets that are included with this at launch.com and the on-demand section. If you're watching this on LinkedIn, you can go back and watch this recording, forward this recording, share this recording if you'd like, or this live event if you'd like, or go to launch.com, click on on-demand events this afternoon, and reference this recording in the future for any of your customers and clients that might be interested. And of course, you can always go to valarea.com, Valarea.com. On behalf of the entire rAVe agency team, the rAVe agency team, and Launch, I want to thank you for joining me today for this Launch and Learn. We will see you next week.